Happy Friday, everybody. I just got out of bed. Good morning. Do I look like I'm tired? Got my coffee here. Um, so I just woke up and it looks really nice out today. It's been getting warmer every day this week, so hopefully today you'll be able to get outside and do a few things. I know I'm going to. So yesterday, some of you sent me some really cool pictures of your glasses, your See Good glass or See Good in other glasses. So that was really cool. Thanks for doing that. This week we've been learning about ways that we get along with other people and how we make good friends. And we talked about that code of conduct of how we want to be treated. That's how we should be treating others. And then you looked for good in others yesterday with your glasses. So today's lesson is not going to be as long. It's a shorter one, and it's just the video, so you don't have any work that you need to do with it. But another positive way that we can get along with other people is to think how they're feeling and why they feel that way. And the word for that is empathy. Okay? Not sympathy. Sympathy is when someone feels bad and you feel bad for them and you help them. Empathy means that you actually are trying to think what that person is feeling. Okay? It's to show someone that you're trying to put yourself in that person's place, and like if they're sad, you're trying to think, wow, how would I feel if I was in their situation? Would I feel sad? And you're trying to understand how that person's feeling in this situation. Okay? And so that's what empathy is. And that's something we should all practice for everyone that we encounter or that we meet, and also especially for our friends and family. Okay? So I have a little story for you today. And it's not a long one, it's a short one about empathy. Let me get it up here. And it's called Someone Who Understands. And like we said, empathy is understanding someone's feelings. Okay? A farmer had some puppies he needed to sell. He painted a sign advertising the 4 puppies and set about nailing it to a post on the edge of his yard. As he was driving the last nail in the post, he felt a tug on his overalls. He looked down in the eyes of a little boy. "Mister," he said, "I want to buy one of your puppies." "Well," said the farmer as he rubbed the sweat off the back of his neck, "these puppies come from fine parents and cost a good deal of money." The boy dropped his head for a moment. Then, reaching deep into his pocket, he pulled out a handful of change and held it up to the farmer. "I've got 39 cents. Is that enough to take a look?" "Sure," said the farmer, and with that he let out a whistle. "Here, Dolly," called the farmer. Out of the doghouse and down the dog ramp ran Dolly, followed by 4 little balls of fur. The little boy pressed his face against the chain-link fence. His eyes danced with delight. As the dogs made their way to the fence, the little boy noticed something else stirring inside the doghouse. Slowly, another little ball appeared. This one, noticeably smaller, down the ramp it slid. Then, in a somewhat awkward manner, the little pup began hobbling toward the others, doing its best to catch up. "I want that one," the little boy said, pointing to the runt. That would be the small one that was hobbling. The farmer knelt down at the boy's side and said, "Son, you don't want that puppy. He will never be able to run and play with you like the other dogs would." With that, the little boy stepped back from the fence, reached down, and began rolling up one of his pant legs. In doing so, he revealed a steel brace running down both sides of his leg, attached itself to a specially made shoe. Looking back up at the farmer, he said, "You see, sir, I don't run too well myself, and he will need someone who understands." With tears in his eyes, the farmer reached down and picked up the little pup and gave it to the boy. So, In this one, in this story, the little boy showed empathy because he knew what the puppy, even though it's a puppy, it's not a person. He knew what that little puppy was going through because he was going through the same situation. And you heard at the end of the story, it said, "I don't run too well myself, and he will need someone who understands." And that's what empathy is you understand how someone else is feeling. And this story is just an example that the boy would be able to understand how the puppy is feeling. And that's why he would make a good friend. So, empathy, like I said, is not so much feeling bad for someone and trying to make them feel better. That's more sympathy. Empathy is a different word, and I know that's probably a little bit confusing, but empathy is something that we should practice with all of our friends and with anyone that we meet. It just makes us a better person too. Okay? Well, I'm looking outside again, and I can't wait to get out there. I hope all of you have a really good weekend. A couple things. On Monday, remember you will be having a different teacher will be calling you, and we'll be back to the first week we did it. So the kids that had Mr. T call them first, those are the kids I'll be calling this next week. Okay? And then parents too, if you're watching this, if you would prefer that we just, if you would want us to not call every day, please make sure you let us know about that too. The phone calls don't take that long, so hopefully it's not a huge inconvenience for us to spend a little time talking. So, and we've enjoyed it. I've talked to Miss Tina and Miss Rita, and we all like calling you guys and getting to talk to you and catching up. So that's been awesome. And then with a couple people, I've tried to do some, and I know Miss Tina and Miss Rita have too, either FaceTime or Google Meets. And so if you have a school iPad, I think we can set up the Google Meets if you want to do that, because it's nice to get to see your faces, everybody. I know I've enjoyed it, and I know Miss Rita and Miss Tina have too. And then one more update. You have supplies through next week. And what's going to happen is, I know there was an email sent out or a robocall about picking up supplies. It's a different kind of pickup this time. So for special education, what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to find out more this morning in a meeting that I have, but sometime next week, I believe Wednesday or Thursday, not 100% sure yet, because like I said, I have a meeting this morning about it. I think our kids, Mr. T's kids, are going to get their supplies delivered instead of having to pick up. You'll have to still pick up for the regular education from their regular education teacher or their classroom teacher. There'll be a pickup at school again, I believe. I think there was a robocall about that. And then, but for special ed, I believe we'll be delivering materials to the houses. But I'll give you an update on that on Seesaw, so please make sure you take a look and see on Seesaw about that. Okay? All right, everybody. Have a super weekend. I miss you all. Bye.